Shares of Snap sliding on Monday, just 2 days trading after its big IPO pop. And take a look at this. Analysts are more bearish on this stock than on any other big stock in the country. Welcome to Trading Nation. I'm Eric Chemi. Today we've got Eddie Elfenbein from the Crossing Wall Street blog and Rich Ross, head of technical analysis at Evercore ISI. So let's start with Rich this time. I know you're looking at the charts. Not a lot of charts to look at for Snap. So how do you even get an impression for where this thing's going to go? And why? Why does everybody hate the stock so much?
Sure. I think there's a couple factors at play here. So obviously the stock's only been trading for a few sessions, but clearly we've seen IPOs of tech companies before. So history is sort of working against Snap a little bit in terms of the analyst community. First of all, I think people want to sort of cover their assets, if you will, here with markets at all-time highs. There's a notion that perhaps Snap coming at the top at those all-time highs could be that proverbial bell that rings, but I don't think that's the case at all here. Maybe people are thinking about the Facebook IPO, not the Facebook we know and love today at a new 52-week all-time high. But if we remember, the stock came public back in 2012 and promptly lost half of its value over the next 4 months. So maybe that's still in people's minds. And finally, as I alluded to in terms of those new market highs, the NASDAQ composite really just taking out those tech bubble highs months ago. So you stare at this long-term chart and you think, sort of, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, maybe shame on me. But otherwise, let's not jump to conclusions here and paint Snap with the same brush that we have in sort of past failed IPOs. It's a stock that has to find itself, and the only way it's going to find those levels is to trade. So let's let it breathe in here, and I think it's actually going to be the rising tide of the market for tech stocks more broadly, which will probably carry Snap higher here in the short to intermediate term.
Eddie, what do you think about that? He gave a few different metrics, looking at Facebook back then, looking at NASDAQ overall, and then looking just where Snap compares to these other stocks. What data point sticks out to you for how you think the stock's going to move in the next few months?
Well, the big one is that this company is not merely not profitable, but they're hemorrhaging money. They're losing tons and tons of money. Look, let's be frank. They had a great IPO, and they're a lot better at raising money than they are at making money. And not only will they be losing money this year and next year, but most likely the year after that. We're really not going to see a profitable company till at best many years down the road. Even right in their prospectus, they said the company may never be profitable. Look, it was a very impressive IPO, but look at the recent IPOs. We've seen GoPro go from 98 to 8. We see Twitter is not doing, Twilio. The market hasn't had a high-profile tech IPO, not many of these in the past few years. So it's obvious that they jumped on this, particularly with how the market doing so well. But I just don't see it in the long term for Snap. There's so much going against them right now.
So, Rich, based on what Eddie just said, if that's the facts of the reality here, then why did it have such a good IPO? Why did it pop so much? I mean, people have to be able to see right through this, right?
Well, I think Eddie makes some great points, and clearly we have to consider, look, there's a sort of a dearth of supply, if you will, a lack of really high-profile IPOs that have hit the tape. So clearly the demand is there. You have some real high-profile backers here. And in terms of what's working in the market, technology being the largest and best-performing sector on a year-to-date basis, I mean, you couldn't have struck it any better in terms of the sector, the market backdrop. And keep in mind, there are plenty of companies that are still killing it out there that initially hadn't made money. Amazon being one, Tesla being another one, and I don't mean to cherry pick here and say it's all rainbows and unicorns out in Snap IPO land, but there's also a strong tailwind here from the broader market and technology more broadly.
All right, well, rainbows, unicorns, and the Snap IPO, I'm sure we're going to be talking about this one for months and years to come. My thanks to both Eddie and Rich for joining me here on Trading Nation, and my thanks to you guys for watching. I'm Eric Chemi. We'll catch you next time.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.